Hey guys, well, you're also welcome to My Way Tarot. This will be a general weekly reading for Leo placements. So if you have Leo as your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, or North Node in your birth chart, this reading will be for you. Everything that you need to know can be found in the description box below. So we may as well get into your reading, guys. Angels of love and light, could we please have clear and concise messages for Leo placements? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear for the current energies of the upcoming week of the 30th of June to the 6th of July 2025? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Please and thank you. So 2 more shuffles, guys, and then we'll cut up the deck and get into your read. So thank you for bearing with me. Okay, goodness, what's going on here? What's going on for Leo placements this week? So those 2 really wanted to come through. It could be more than 2, I'm not sure. Oh, it's definitely 2, right? So we have the 10 of Swords and we have the Death card. Scorpio energy. Wow. Wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Well, there's you. Guys, underneath we have the 6 of Wands, more fire, and the Chariot. Cancer's energy. And we have the number 7 coming through here as we enter into July. So, as we're moving into July, things are picking up for you very nicely indeed. Okay. I just heard that you've probably been through a bit of an ish storm. Okay. Obviously, I have to kind of be careful with what I say. But yeah, it's been heavy. Whatever you've just recently gone through, or you may potentially go through in this week, is actually causing a major rebirth, a reset in your life in some form or some capacity here. So there could have been an ending to a scenario that you wholeheartedly weren't expecting whatsoever, right? And it just all seemed to come out of the blue with how sudden this upheaval was in your life. This may be something that you've already recently gone through or something that may potentially come up, right? But wholeheartedly, what I want to say is that something needed to take place. This ending was inevitable in order to bring in this new energy and for you to be removed or released from a certain situation. And I nearly said sitting. So I was getting the phrase of feeling like a sitting duck. So you may have felt like you've been in a position and place where you wholeheartedly have not felt safe in some way, may have felt powerless or hopeless to do with the scenario, and it was taking like everything out of you, and it was very draining. But whatever has happened or may unfold this week, at first it may be incredibly upsetting, right? I'm just going to bluntly put it out there. It could be quite soul destroying, actually. Like, you wouldn't even wish it on your own worst enemy. But then, in the same breath, with whatever is unfolding or has already unfolded for you, is actually giving you a whole new lease of life so that you're having this sense of freedom and liberation from whatever was making you feel contained or stuck or restricted or limited in some sort of capacity, in some sort of way, right? And what actually is coming through from having had this maybe unfortunate event or series of unfortunate events that maybe have accumulated over time is actually opening up this come up for you, right? This sense of major improvement and advancement and growth in some way, right? Things may actually just out of the blue start taking off for you in ways that you can't even comprehend or imagine here because of something that in the first instance you were very sad about that took place and you didn't want it to happen, or you wouldn't want it to happen, or it was just something that you wanted to change in your life, but the way that it came about was what was upsetting, right? But what it's done or what it's doing is releasing you and giving you that sense of like newness, a new cycle coming in, like an ending of an era. Okay. um but you're coming out on top, you're ahead of the game to do with something. I feel like you are in alignment to be receiving some sort of, I'm hearing like praise or reward or recognition or accolades from the universe because whatever you went through was very tough or is tough. But it's like you managed to still see some sort of light at the end of the tunnel to do with this. Okay. Five of Wands in reverse. There may have been an extreme argument that took place. Okay. Where things just really got out of hand. Like I'm getting a bit of a shouting match here, something like this. Um, yeah, the hang one. Pisces energy. You felt like a sitting duck. You felt stuck with whatever this was. I'm getting stuck in the mud. So something needed to take place in order to shake ish up is what I'm hearing. Okay. And it's not necessarily in the way that you were wanting it to kind of unfold in that particular manner, but that's how it is. That's what's happened. Or what may happen. But there is this sense of like enlightenment that even though this particular event that you didn't want to happen in the way that it did, even though you did want it to occur at some point, not necessarily in regards to having a major argument or disagreement or fight with someone or a quarrel or whatever it was, right? That could have been what was necessary to break you out of whatever this is or was. Okay. Yeah, something manifested, something's already taken place, or it may go down. It's the sense of something being building up in the atmosphere, like tension's been building up. Um, yeah, with the Knight of Cups. Yeah, you wanted something to happen amicably or peacefully, like you had the best of intentions to have of this change come through for you, but it didn't work out like that. So whatever has happened's been quite sad. Okay, it's been sad to say the least. But ultimately, what's actually happening is that this scenario was a gift for you, Leo. Holy F with the sun. There's your major arcana. Something's been illuminated. If there have been tensions, um, certain people saying of certain things that they've obviously been harboring onto for a while, and they've just like chucked everything out there that they wanted to say to you in the sense of word vomit, right? And you're like, right, well, I guess, well, that's how you truly feel about it, then I guess there isn't really much else for me to do but do this. So you may have felt like you had no choice in the matter. Um, but look, Eight of Swords. What I'm getting is that you're no longer stuck in something. Hearing that car alarm go on outside. And the sun is promoting happy changes, brighter days ahead. Okay. King of Cups. Somebody showed their true colors in a situation, right? Somebody dealt with a scenario very poorly. They may not necessarily, I'm hearing, have as much emotional intelligence or emotional maturity as you. But I'm hearing it was quite essential here for you to be removed from a scenario. Okay. Yeah. With the Queen of Cups. Oh wow, the Queen of Pentacles, I said Queen of Cups, it's the King of Cups. Okay. So I'm even getting that there were a couple of people that you were dealing with, or maybe a few people, and you just weren't seeing eye to eye. Interesting. What else is going on? 10:10 on the timer. A cycle has closed out here and a new one is beginning. But this is actually working out in your favor, even if it doesn't seem like it as of right now. I'm hearing that whatever you're going through, it's important to just try to kind of let go of having the sense of control over a situation and go with the flow. Okay. Yeah, Seven of Wands. Whoever you dealt with was very defensive, or maybe quite defensive. Wow, guys, I just heard somebody say, let's light up some home truths, shall we? Oh gosh. Did you shed light on a situation? you put somebody in their place, or like somebody tried to have like a go at you or do of something, and the way that you carried yourself, this irked somebody even more so. 1111 on the timer, because it reflected even more poorly on them than it did on you. The star. So whatever has happened or happening is actually a blessing taking place that's working out in your favor to release you of a burden that you've been carrying for a while, to close you out of a cycle. I feel like you've been kind of putting up with a situation, and you got to the point where somebody said or did something and it really didn't sit well with you, and you were like, hang on a moment, do I have to really be the bigger person in regards to this? Or should I just reflect them and their energy right now and see if they like it? And you see this reflection of the water? Yes, I feel like you may have reflected to somebody something that they didn't like about themselves. And they've been very triggered by you. Yeah. And now there's this sense of distance with the Three of Wands. Whatever is occurring or has occurred has actually brought out a fresh start for you, but not in necessarily the way that you thought that it was going to be coming about. And I'm also hearing there is potentially an opportunity for you to be able to physically or emotionally um, distance yourself from certain individuals here. And I'm hearing as soon as you do this, it's like the weight has been lifted from you. A weight has been lifted from you that you're no longer having to kind of carry. Wow, the High Priestess, Cancer, Pisces energy. Something about the new moon in Cancer that we had last week could have been like starting of a ripple effect to do with something unfolding here, the sun being in Cancer or this Cancer season, or maybe as we lead into Leo season, your birthday season, and maybe the new moon in Leo and the full moon in Aquarius. There could be something else that's been brought about, that's brought into fruition for you around that particular time. Okay. Wow. What else is going on here? Yeah, I definitely feel like you illuminated some sort of hidden truths to somebody, and they were like, what do you mean? I'm getting somebody feeling a bit blindsided or what have you. Oh, goodness. But I feel like you carried out of something, trusting in your intuition that you've made the right move, even if at the moment it felt quite dramatic, is what I want to say. There was divine timing in regards to this. Something inevitable had to take place to close out a karmic cycle or a karmic loop here. Or you may have even been dealing with certain individuals that were karmic. But you see this energy, everything's kind of working out in your favor. The tables are turning in your favor. Wow, with the Seven of Swords underneath with the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, do you know what it is? I feel like there may have been certain individuals around you that were hiding their true feelings or thoughts in regards to you. And now it's just like come out into the open. And so now it's like you know where you stand with certain people. And now it's like because you know where you stand with certain people, it's like you haven't got to kind of second guess yourself or second guess of a situation. Like you have full clarity about what it is that you've been dealing with. Like it's just only been something's been reaffirmed to you or confirmed or validated for you about what you thought and felt intuitively all along in regards to dealing with the situation. like it's come out into the open. And now you can move on forward without the sense of heaviness. And I'm hearing, make your escape. Make your escape. Yeah, you don't have to carry whatever this is anymore. Ten of Wands and the Seven of Swords, because there's been a tower moment with the tower, or there will be a tower moment, Aries and Scorpio energy. But this tower taking place is actually leading to something very positive for you, okay? And that this is not a bad tower, even if in the first instance it's a bit upsetting, but I'm hearing it's okay to be sad about making the right decision for yourself. You may have been dealing with people that were quite inconsiderate. They didn't have that much support for, like, they weren't supporting you or compassion for you, or you may have felt like they didn't understand you. And I'm hearing you needed to be away from these people, and the only way that something was going to take place was if there was some sort of emotional, like, event that took place. I'm getting like started out of nothing. So something may have started out of nothing and then it escalated. I'm hearing big time. With the Eight of Swords and the Death card, yeah. Somebody was thinking about something. I'm hearing it's important not to be too anxious about whatever is going on or overthink with that sense of analysis paralysis. You may have immediately thought for some reason you were in the wrong to do with whatever this is. And I'm hearing that's what they want you to believe. That's what they want you to think and feel. You may be someone that resonates as being like an empath here, somebody who's quite sensitive. But these others are actually the ones that have, started off a situation or caused the wrongdoing and then try to shift the blame on you or make it look like to others that you're the one that, wow, I'm just hearing is the misfit or the oddball. Gosh. But I'm hearing that these others, whoever has been, I'm hearing telling porcupines lies about you with something that had occurred. Like there's two sides of a story. There's two sides of a story. And so therefore there may be other people kind of listening to whoever has been, I'm hearing, sprouting this ish about you or saying of these certain things about you, which is false, right? And you may have felt like you weren't even going to get a look in regards to certain people listening or hearing what it is that you've got to say, but they actually might do in the end, or they may eventually find out later on down the line themselves when they have more interactions or dealings with these others, and then realize that I'm hearing you were right the whole time. You were right the whole time. Wow. Six of Pentacles. Obviously with these messages, guys, they are general. Take me feel resonates and leave the rest, okay? Six of Pentacles. You're actually going to be gifted by the universe because you endured something, or you're about to endure something that's uncomfortable, maybe a bit awkward, but I'm hearing this was inevitable. This was going to take place. Yeah, with the Hermit Virgo energy. There was a spiritual lesson to be learnt here, Virgo coming through. Yeah, with judgment as well. I mean, this is divine orchestration. Something's been divinely orchestrated to unfold in a certain way. With the Five of Cups, there are going to be people regretting the way that they treated you, because I feel like you're about to have some sort of major come up here. They're going to regret how they treated you. They're going to regret the things that they've said. They're going to wish that they had done things differently. I'm hearing, well, it's a bit late now, isn't it? Somebody may be coming through trying to put water underneath the bridge, Yeah, because they're feeling a certain type of way about it with the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. I feel like you may even be moving on forward here and not even looking back to a certain degree. And yes, you're upset about this, but in the same instance, I'm hearing if you've had to kind of be in a position and place where you were, oh gosh, maybe having to walk on eggshells around certain people, or it was, I'm getting like this kind of impression that you had to keep yourself small in some sort of way, but I'm hearing not anymore. Like, if somebody had made a passing comment to you and it was disrespectful, you may have tried to be like, oh, maybe they're just having an off day, and given like an excuse for them on their behavior or something like this. And now it's just like, no, actually, why on earth should I do that? Why on earth should I do that? And because normally you may let certain things slide, potentially, and you've not done that in this instance with whatever is unfolding, or you're not doing that. And so therefore they're kind of taken back here by this. Yeah, they're stunned. Look at that, King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's like you stood your ground, you set boundaries, you said you will not talk to me like that. You don't care to a certain degree that there's been bloodshed over this particular matter, because something was hurting you more than it was hurting of these others here. And you're not someone to be kind of walked all over here. Wow, Ace of Swords. Jeez. Oh my gosh, there's a new beginning here for you. Okay, and then the Emperor. It's like you put your foot down. You put your foot down with something or someone, and they were not expecting that whatsoever. It's like you fully tapped in with your masculine energy. Obviously, we all have masculine, feminine energies, and I'm reading energy rather than gender or sex, as you guys know. But I feel like there was a sense of like standing up for yourself, not tolerating some sort of disrespect, carried yourself with the air of sovereignty and authority and autonomy with whatever this is or was. And I'm hearing is that you're having this, you're evolving here. Ace of Cups and the Hierophant. You've definitely learned of a spiritual lesson to do with certain individuals here. Oh my. Now, whether this was something to do with family, to do with a friendship, to do with a relationship, or people that you work with, however it may resonate, it's like these people are now, because of the improvement and the shake up that you're about to have in your life to whatever you've got going on, that is going to massively elevate you. They're going to be like, gosh, I am going to have to now approach them in a way I didn't think and feel I had to approach them. Like, they may even be a little bit intimidated to approach you, because there's a sense of like you're good, you're well respected, or you will be well respected. Oh my gosh, what else is going on here for Leo? This seems very specific, guys, but anything else? I will pick up on more messages. What's going on for Leo? The moon, Pisces energy. What's going on here? Knight of Cups in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Did somebody call you out and say something that you were like, not call you out, because I'm hearing that you're not, but somebody said something along the lines of like you're delusional, or you're living in a fairyland, or that you are, I don't know, like they just made some sort of remark. Yeah, King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, in regards to you. I'm hearing they may have said this in the heat of the moment, but it's like they can't take it back now as something works out for you. Do you know what it's like? It's like, for instance, like if you're somebody that's very spiritual here and you're dealing with individuals that don't get it, right? You may resonate as being like the black sheep of the family. You may be somebody that's felt very much misunderstood. Um, I mean, there may even be people here know that you do of this, but never really showcase any care or interest in what it is that you do, or try to um, get to where your head's at in regards to why you think and feel and believe of certain things. It's like they're ignorant. They're ignorant in some way. And if you are somebody's like a spiritualist or a tarot reader or someone like this, and you're dealing with certain individuals here that may have at one point have been like, yeah, that's great, go for it, etc. And then they say something that's really quite hurtful. And you're like, oh, okay, right, well, that clears things up for me. Thanks so much. Really appreciate that. And and then you go on to completely and utterly like surpass any potential expectations that they had thought for you of what you were going to be getting out of whatever this is or was, right? Maybe you've dealt with some really tough times here to do with this path, right? It's not easy. The healing journey, the spiritual path is really not easy. Okay, it's hard. And you may have been at some really low points in your life in many areas, especially like materially or financially here, um, maybe even physically in regards to certain ailments to do with your health, all sorts of things, right? But you had been so driven and focused and kind of consistent to do with your emotional and spiritual path and healing, right? That you have evolved so much, and it just hadn't had kind of caught up yet. The physical hadn't caught up with what it was that you were doing, but something's about to turn around and pay off. And it's been kind of, it's taking place because of a ripple effect of something that has occurred or may occur in this particular week that is like, that starts it all off. Okay, yeah, with the Two of Wands, you may have even been doubting, because of certain manifestations hadn't come in, or certain things looked to seem like they weren't turning around or happening for you. So you may have been like, gosh, well, they're projecting of certain things onto me. Do I, believe them? Maybe they are right, you know, but I'm hearing they're not. And your intuition is just spot on. Your intuition is spot on. Yeah, your spirit guides, God, source, the universe, your angels, whoever you resonate, are like, no, you're the one that's tapped in. You're the one that is right on track here, right? You've had to have the patience of a saint with certain things unfolding for you. And you had this vision of how things were going to be working out for you. And you knew that they were. You knew that they would always work out for you. Regardless of how much time that it took, you knew that it was going to be your time coming up soon, or soon enough, right? And these others were just in this position and place were like, well, if it was going to happen for you, it would have happened by now. And that's not true at all. Okay, that's not true at all. So it's like you've been floating in the sense of like, or drifting along in the sea of uncertainty about what's happening or unfolding in your life. And you've not been quite out of your old life, and you're not quite in your new life. So you've been in this kind of weird stopgap phase for a while, knowing that bigger and better and brighter things are coming through for you, but not necessarily having come through as of yet. So it's made you question a lot. But I'm hearing it's important not to question or doubt yourself, regardless of how things may potentially seem in the physical, because that's all an illusion. An illusion is what I'm hearing. An illusion. Yeah, you do have a higher calling in your life here with the Hierophant. Absolutely. And there is an imminent change coming through where these others are going to be like, oh my God, like they were right all along. They were meant to be doing this. They were meant to be on this path. But I feel like you've dealt with some very heavy spiritual warfare here, psychic attacks. You may be feeling so exhausted, okay? Because it's like you may be someone that's doing your, you know, your work, like you're being of service to humanity, service to others, and healing and everything else. And then it's like you go to sleep and then you have like nightmares or um, sleep paralysis, or you're coming up against really negative entities or what have you. As I effing say that with the Seven of Swords, I mean, thank you, Spirit, for confirming that. I really appreciate it. With the Nine of Swords, as this is somebody that's just woken up from a nightmare. Thank you. Goodness me. Right. So yeah, I feel like it's safe to say that you do actually know what you're on about, right? And these others just don't get it. They don't. Okay. You're just somebody that's incredibly gifted with that Page of Cups, and these others don't understand. But they're going to be coming through asking for forgiveness or wanting to be a part of your life, maybe. Wow. And you may make a decision where you're like, actually, do I really feel too enthralled about this person being in my life, regardless of the title that they have? Like, actually, let's think about that for a moment. You know, you could be contemplating a few things. Unless this person or these people actually do some inner work on healing on themselves and grow and evolve, rather than being childish or petty or immature, and the list goes on, right? If these people are not willing or wanting to change, or think and feel that they've never done of anything wrong in their life, or can't take accountability and responsibility, and then put things, you know, on you or on others for whatever it is that they're dealing with, rather than taking upon themselves to work through their stuff, um, then you could be contemplating, well, if they're never really going to change, it's most likely they're never going to change, then what real kind of benefit are they actually bringing in for me? And there's an air of being at peace to do with a decision. So I'm getting something along the lines of no contact or little contact could be important here, because you're protecting of your peace, and that's what means most for you, especially if you've gone through, you know, a very kind of difficult life here, where you have rarely felt at peace, or if never at all, to do with whatever you've had going on. Um, you may have not really ever felt properly safe or secure. And why do you think that is with the devil, Capricorn energy? Because you've dealt with a load of people, right, or energies around you that have never wanted this for you. Because if you got into a position and place where you felt at peace within yourself and your life, and you're confident and you're self-insured and you're empowered, then you've won, right? And these others can't sap on your energy in the way that they used to before, and you're not stuck in karmic loops or cycles anymore, and you're having that sense of being uplifted. You're transitioning out of dealing with whatever or whoever, right, was causing all this ruckus in your life, to then going from chaos into calm, and you're being at peace. Wow, peace with yourself. I'm hearing the police. Somebody may be needing, somebody may have gone to the police to report a situation, or somebody is about to have the police contact them. Oh wow. Okay, so the police could be involved with something. You may have dealt with emotionally immature, narcissistic, toxic, controlling, abusive individuals, manipulative, right? And I'm hearing no more. No more. Justice. Whoo! Justice is yours. You've paid off a karmic debt. You have the balance, the scales working in your favor. There are going to be others around you that wish they didn't do anything towards you or said of anything. Um, in a way to like disrespect you or what have you. Things are not looking good. As I say that, with the Empress at the bottom of the deck, Taurus Libra energy, and potentially Divine Feminine here, if you resonate with Divine Feminine energy. But you're about to be very much settled in your life. If there was a legal situation going on, then this is working out very much in your favor. Oh my, okay. So what else is going on here? Yeah, you've completed something massive with that Ten of Wands. And I'm hearing there may have been others who thought that you would never get there. But you're on the home stretch. You're about to cross the finish line to do with something. Knowing and recognizing of your worth with the Queen of Pentacles. Also, I feel like there's some major upgrades to do with your material and your physical and your financial reality as well. And these others I'm hearing are not going to quite believe it. They're not going to quite believe it. With the Six of Wands, this is reward, recognition, victory, and success. I mean, blimey. You may have had people tell you that you were never going to be successful. You may have had people try to belittle you or say you would never make of anything to do with yourself. All sorts of things, right? But you're about to elevate in ways that they would never even thought would have been possible. And maybe even you're not even going to realize how much you're going to be improving. But you're moving on to calmer waters here with the Six of Swords. You've been divinely guided. You're being supported. I'm hearing you have many allies in the spiritual realm, even if you felt like you've had no one in the physical. I'm hearing you're very much well looked out for. Yeah. And if you need reinforcements, they're coming in with that Knight of Swords. And they'll do the work for you in the background behind the scenes to sort whatever chaos or conflict or difficult issue that there has been or may end up potentially occurring, to do with what other unfolding that this is. They've got your back and they're collaborating together as a team to get things situated for you so that you can move yourself forward, and for it to be smooth sailing. Yeah. So there's definitely cutting cords or dealings with certain individuals here, and whoever you've got behind you, like as in spiritually, they've always been watching out for you. Okay, there to support you. They're about to follow through, or they have already followed through to make sure that you get of everything that is rightfully yours. I'm hearing there could have been certain things that were taken from you, or certain blocks or setbacks were created here to create the sense of energy within yourself, like to maybe even make you feel insecure, not feel confident about what it was that you were dealing with or doing. Yeah, everything is going to be put right for you with that Six of Wands, and you're going to have that takeoff with the Eight of Wands. You're about to be like catapulted into, I'm hearing another timeline, a much higher timeline, and everything is just going to be shifting and working out in your favor. So get ready to receive with that Queen of Pentacles, and the right people who are meant to be with you on this next leg of your journey will be there with you, even if that means in the first instance you're on your own, right? Like physically, you're not on your own, okay? You're not. You're about to have wish fulfillment, and these others are going to basically wish that they had not messed up the situation with you, because I'm hearing they truly have, or they truly did. and this caused you to either walk away or you have walked away. So I am getting that there's definitely been a bit of fumbling going on here. Somebody fumbled you or fumbled a situation massively, and it's only just going to work out well for you, and these others are going to watch you have this come up. Anyway, guys, that was a really, really big reading. I mean, even potentially life changing. We have Pisces, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Capricorn, maybe air as well, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, pretty much all the signs, but they came out the most. 717, 1010, 222, 919, 1212, 555, 888, 1111, 111, 777 may be very significant. But that's going to be the end of the read. So I hope that there have been some messages, a few messages, if not the whole reading, that potentially resonated. And if you have enjoyed this reading and you wish to support myself in the channel, there are donation links available. There is a PayPal link in the description box below, and the other option is Super Thanks, which is listed underneath this video. So thank you so much to those of you who have already donated. I greatly appreciate you. Even if you don't financially donate, a wonderful way to energetically donate is to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll get back to you guys on those comments when I can. So thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future updates or content made available on the channel. And also, if you feel inclined to do so, then please feel free to check out the other weekly zodiac readings that I have available for your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, and North Node placements to gain that further insight if you so wish. But hope you have a wonderful week. Sending love and light your way. Many blessings, and please take care. Thank you. Bye, guys.